Good morning, dear viewers and everyone who's watching us through KTV2. Welcome to a new episode of your morning program, Good Morning Kuwait. And today, as always, we have various segments and a special guest that we are so happy and pleased to have with us this morning. So please keep watching us till the end of the episode. So hello and good morning, Aziz.
Good morning, my co-host Sarah. Good morning, our working crew. And good morning, everyone. And welcome to your show, Good Morning Kuwait. This is your host, Abdulaziz Darwish. We are coming to you live this morning from the Ministry of Information studios here in downtown Kuwait. As usual, our camera crew are traveling all around our lovely country, state of Kuwait, to show you great events. And today we have a distinguished guest. We're going to join us then, this live permitting. So when we speak about our distinguished guest today, it's the 5th of June, 2023.
Yes.
It's the anniversary commemorates about the World Environment Day.
Exactly. And today we have our guest. We're going to talk more about this special day, about how can we actually preserve our dear environment, especially about these circumstances. And we can notice, Aziz, we have that global warming is all around the world. The weather is really changing. We can see here we are still having a springtime and we are still having some rains. And here, like let's say in Europe, they have very hot weather. So it's really because of the climate change and the global warming. But the most important thing, Aziz, we have to keep like in a scale how we can, let's say, preserve and save our environment, starting from the air until the ocean, the bottom of the ocean.
So when you mention about how to save our environment, it's very important to share the awareness about the environment, the importance of the environment, the impact. If you take good care of your environment, it will reflect back to you in good things. So environment, it's the place we are already belonging. And we are always check about our environment, because when you mention about the environment, dear viewers watching us through the KTV2, especially now during the summer season, especially people going now to the beaches, they are enjoying the summertime. So you have to take good care to clean the beach and also to clean the place you're being in, right? So when you want to lift the beach, also you have to clean the place.
Yes, indeed, Aziz. And we have a triangle, say recycle, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Especially for what you mentioned, Aziz, the plastic, let's say what's called plastic cups, plastic bags. We have to reduce it as much as we can. Replace it with really metal, let's say dishes and bags and also cups. Especially when you go to the beach, I know a lot of our kids actually like throw some bags, throw some, let's say, some games, balls, toys through the ocean. That really dangerous to our fish, to our planet, to our ocean. And also we can breathe it, like it's going to be, breathe it in the future. Like 45% we can breathe all
And it's worth mentioning, we have to mention about the volunteer groups. They do their own campaigns and people gather to clean the beaches and to keep our environment clean.
Yes.
We are very proud, like we have too many volunteer groups in the state of Kuwait. Sometimes you see their accounts through the social media. They send like too many like messages, just come join us in the parks and the beaches. Any beautiful, like we call about nature places.
Exactly. We have too many volunteers group about how can we actually saving our environment through their workshops, through their awareness campaigns. And also it's really important to teach our kids from a very young age how to save our environment, especially in our lovely land, Kuwait. So dear viewers, don't go away. Let's have this tiny little break and then we'll move on. And now with Kuna News and the first headline, Minister of Information and Minister of State for Youth Affairs, Abdulrahman Al-Mtairi, made an inception tour of the main communication center of the 2023 National Assembly elections, and Studio 800 and Studio 300 set for covering the vote continuing operations.
The state of Kuwait will enter on today, Monday, the election silence period a day ahead of its parliamentary elections due to the Tuesday, June the 6th. And also the electoral silence, also called the blackout period or campaign silence, is a ban on political campaigning or media coverage of the general election before or during the polling, and even regarding also, according to the ministerial resolution number 17 of 2023, this act to prevent the disruption of the electoral also process, in addition to giving voters the opportunity to select the nation's representatives objectively.
Gold prices fell back to close at 12.948 an ounce following U.S. Senate debt ceiling bill. U.S. Treasury bonds yield also directly increased following the debt ceiling bill. This along with American data reflecting a strong labor market effectively decreased gold prices 1.3%.
The US dollar on Sunday settled at Kuwaiti dinar 0.307 and the euro climbed to Kuwaiti dinar 0.329. The Central Bank of Kuwait CBK declared the British sterling pound steadied at the Kuwaiti dinar 0.382. The Swiss franc rose to Kuwaiti dinar 0.338 by the Japanese yen, firmed at Kuwaiti dinar 0.002. The CBK publishes daily average exchange rates do not necessarily reflect the actual prices of the currencies traded for the day. This is our news for today, dear viewers. Go to this break, then we'll continue again.
And we're back again, dear viewers, with our episode for today. We have too many reports and segment. The Be Strong team held the first bowling tournament, which witnessed a strong competition between the team of cancer survivors and the team of doctors treating them.
That event was very excellent event. You and me, we've been there. You see the motivation, the cheering times, and the doctors versus the people who already survived from the cancer disease. It was a very lovely day with too many participations. What we called the sport association for academic and even it's like a part for the Ministry of Education, and even participating too many sponsors, too many public and private sectors. The audience, the time was a little. It's like. I cannot describe it. It was a very different time for me.
Exactly. It was an absolute honor to be invited to such a beautiful event for the cancer survivors. And you, Aziz, you did really great of being MC in that tournament, and how you actually are honoring all the participators and also all the participants actually, and all the honors. Was really an awesome and great and special event.
Thank you so much. And in addition, also the Good Morning Kuwait program was present at this event. So let's watch the following report together. Then we'll be right back again.
Hello, my name is Alkansa. I'm Leila Jamal's daughter. She's a breast cancer survivor, and I don't know what to say about my mother. I'm very proud of her. Right now we are here in the bowling, and there's a lot of good vibes. And I don't know, but it's very, I'm really proud of my mother. As a breast cancer survivor and public figure right now, and she's doing a lot of volunteering, helping kids, the cancer survivor and who's going through their chemo. So I don't know what to say. It's very short time right now to explain how I feel about my mother and the right place right now, but I really appreciate what she's doing for us, and thank you so much.
Yeah, I would like to thank KTV2 for this interview, and I would like to also extend my thanks to the Kuwaiti group, which is in Arabic called Kuni Qawiya, Be Strong. Those people whom they dedicated themselves to teach the community about how we fight cancer, especially breast cancer. So thank you for all of those people. Thank you for Ms. Leila Jamal, who myself, I'm really delighted to be attending such an event. This event, which is, I guess, in my belief, that this is the first type of events where we got invited to. Usually we get invited for more specialized meetings or gathering with our patients. But this time it's a bit different, because we've been invited to show to our patients that life is not only fighting against cancer. Life means how to change your lifestyle, starting to exercise, starting to change every part, every piece in your life. So having such an event, getting those patients back to their normal life, that you are fine, you're good, you can even exercise, and you can go back to the right line where you started from. When we took you outside of this line, it was for a period of time where you've been treated, and now we get you back.
Hi, good morning to everyone. My name is Leila Jamal. I'm survivor from breast cancer. I am the leader for Team Be Strong. Today we have a special organization things we make it for the survivor because in 1st of June, we are celebrate for all the cancer survivor around the world. And 1st of June, it's mean we admire them. Today, we make this one champions, bowling champions, between the survivor against their doctors, the doctor who was with them in all the gathering before.
We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait. We are moving for our first interview segment. Our guest today is called the Heroic Adventure. He already loves adventures and difficult challenges also, precisely. He does not know the impossible. With his solid and strong determination, he was able to be the first Arab in the world to climb the southern summit of the mountain Everest without oxygen. In fact, this challenge carries with it many meanings and even messages that we know all about through this following or the interview with our heroic adventurer, Naval Staff Colonel Engineer Yusuf Al-Shatti, the first Arab to climb the southern summit of the mountain Everest without oxygen. Hello, our hero, and good morning.
Good morning, and thanks for having me here. I really appreciate it.
You're most welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today in our show, Good Morning Kuwait. The last February, 13th February, you've been here in the same studio. Yes. You were here with us.
With you.
It's my honor.
It was my honor.
And that time, we talked about the Guinness World Record.
Yes.
At the end, I already asked you a question. Remember? You told me, I told you, what about your next step?
Exactly.
And you told me about this achievement. And now you are here to talk more about the achievement, the first Arab to climb the southern summit of Mountain Everest without oxygen.
Yes.
How does it feel, this big achievement to you?
To be honest, there's no any word can explain my feelings, you know. It's like this kind of achievement, it's not like need like physical toughness. It was like really kind of mental toughness as well. And having this kind of achievement and record by my country, Kuwait, it's like, it's something really honored because this is going to be for years and years because this kind of achievement as this danger adventures, it will last forever. So having my country in this kind of list as the first Arab and Kuwaiti to reach the south summit of Everest, it's really an honor for me because that's, as you mentioned, from my personality. I love like
to be under stress all the time.
Exactly. I love this kind of adventure which is not normal, you know. For me, being normal or kind of having a normal achievement, it's kind of boring for me. I love something that will last in the brain for years and years. And the main of these things, it's like to inspire the people around you. Nice. I mean, like, as we are human, everyone have a message in this life. And
when you mention about the messages, I know you have a big message you want to share to everyone.
Exactly.
But I noticed from your account through the social media, you put the videos of the martyrs.
It is.
Like 3 photos, grid, the video of the murder.
Mashallah, yes,
but how you memorize the stories? Even you are there in the mountain of the Everest and you already spoke in the camera every day, like daily time. How do you prepare for these videos and the goals?
As I mentioned for you in the beginning, I had a goal, I had a mission. And my mission, it wasn't Yusuf Al-Shatti to summit Everest. It was like having these stories, the martyrs and our veterans, our heroes, what I call them. I was really lucky to have a great team behind me. I had a team here in Kuwait, Khalil Hayat and Samira Bahbahani. They worked really hard. They made the stories, they made the videos, they brought me all the info. I know many people, they could tell me like, you are there, you need to think about death and life, you need to think about your health.
But you always, even your quote, sorry for interrupting, your quote all about determination.
It is.
Focus.
It is.
Be yourself.
It is. So my main goal to spread this kind of story. So I didn't have any problems or I didn't struggle, to be honest, to memorize all these. Because most of them, when we was a kids, we memorized the stories already. They are already our heroes. But, you know, pass them to the new generations. This was my main goal.
Nice, amazing. And today you are our hero. We are very honored today you are with us in the studio.
Thank you.
You saw it by your own eyes. No need for the camera. I see your eyes. It's glowing. How was the feeling when you've been here that time?
As everyone knows, it's the top of the world.
Yes.
You know, the feeling is like being above the sky, seeing the whole world beyond you. It's give you kind of humble feelings, give you kind of like...
And you always like, what about the schedule for climbing? It's like the same spot, you always change.
Yes, exactly. They call it like rotations.
Rotations,
you know?
yeah.
So we need to do like kind of 2 or 3 rotations. It depends on your mission. But as you mentioned, like it's kind of really difficult. Most of the people, they thought in 1 week you will summit Everest, but it's not that easy.
Yeah.
You need 1.5 months to 2 months. So you go to Camp 1, climatize for like a couple of days, go back again to base camp, go again, push to Camp 2, stay 1 night. So it's kind of knowledge and acclimatization so you can reach the summit. So it was something really difficult.
I see the time when you've been there, like more than, how many days you've been there? Like a month, we can say?
2 months, exactly. Yeah,
even your eyes change. You're always about focusing.
It is. This is my look. Most of the people, they ask me like, why you are angry, why you are serious? But I'm not angry. I'm, as you said, I'm determined. I am focusing in my goal. I'm really being serious about what I want to have to do. So this is how the look I have.
And what about the preparation? How do you prepare for this? I know you already prepared for physically for 4 months.
Yes.
Then you have to prepare even to climb.
Yes.
Tell me about, not about the preparation, we already know you. How do you prepare, mashallah? How do you prepare to when you reach there in Nepal and you're starting to climb?
When we get there to the base camp, there's like specific trainings, like it was around for 3 days. I had my Sherpa, PK, my brother, and my other brother from Canada, Elia. We had some kind of training of climbing, how you ascend, how you descend, how you use the safety ropes down there. So this kind of training, it needs specialists. So I was really lucky to have a great team around me. We had really great 3 solid days. There's an area called the Ice Fall, and this area, it's quite similar to the environment which you will have in Camp 1 and Camp 2. So this is very close to the base camp. And we had this kind of training about 3 days, and it was very successful.
I will gonna ask you about the working crew, but you already mentioned before me. I know there is some, you take photos of the working crew from Nepal, and even you mentioned some other names.
Yes.
Who took you the videos all the time when you are speaking? We need to know.
This is my brother Elia. He's a Canadian. He's a video maker. He worked with the National Geography. He worked with the Discovery Channel. He's very worldwide known, and we have like really great friendship. So we decided to do kind of a documentary for the Kuwaiti generations about the militaries and the veterans. And when I explained to him the idea before we go, he loved it and he supported. And he said, like, you know what? Let's do it, and let's make a history.
Let's make a history together with the team. That's why all the time we say one hat cannot club.
Exactly.
But before you climbed, you met Ryan Holt.
Yes.
Ryan Holt, the legend, the mountain climber.
Yes.
We saw the video when he is talking to you. He gave you some motivation. He's supporting you. I know there's something happened behind the scene when you met him. Tell me how.
Oh my God! How do you know that?
Yeah.
I met him actually after I reached the South Summit. I was in the hotel, and there was a lady came to me and said like, "Oh, you are the Spartan Kuwaiti, right?" And I was shocked, like, yeah, that's me. He said like, oh, we was following your journey, and like, can you explain to us? And he came to me, the legend, and he said like, tell me, what's that story of the no plan B? And he started to laugh. So I told him, like, in my life, I don't have plan B. I always have my main plan, and I focus and I execute. And he said like, oh wow, I love this kind of things, you know. And this is what my life.
And even this quote became like now slogan for everybody.
Exactly.
There's always plan one. There's no plan B at all.
That's what I mentioned to people. Many people, they attack me when I start to spread this kind of ideas. But the thing is, it's not adaptation. This is the main key, like the golden nuggets of any achievements. It's like people, when they have plan B and plan C, you will not focus on your main goal. You already set for a failure when you have a plan B and C. I mean, like, I didn't say like don't plan for other plans in emergency, but it's not plans, it's adaptation. And this is how you get successful. When you adapt for the things around you, when you adapt to the obstacles, when you adapt to the problems, this is how you conquer your obstacles. So this is my main goal in life, to inspire people that nothing impossible.
So you remember that video?
This is my brother.
With the first Deputy Prime Minister and of the Ministry of Interior and Acting Minister of Defense.
Sheikh Talal.
That time when you are sleeping in the ambulance and he already calling you, right?
Exactly. Imagine, I just arrived from the helo to the airport, and because of my case was really underdone, it's very dangerous. Yeah. And imagine a strange number called me, and when I heard his voice, I remember because he called me before I told, and I was shocked, like, oh, sir, how are you? Like, no, don't worry, I am fine. He said, like, how could you be fine? I think you are in the ambulance. So yeah, don't worry, I'm really good. And this kind of support from the leaders, that's what we need, you know, that's what encourage us to represent our country, Kuwait, in the best way. You feel the people around you, especially the leaders, when they really care about your health. It's not a show off. It's not for the media. He was really cared about his little brother.
Even the way he spoke to you, it's like a brother talking to his brother.
It's so humble. Even he didn't mention his position.
Nothing.
He didn't mention his family.
He just mentioned his name.
He mentioned his plain name, and this is what shows you how we have a really white heart, and he was connected to the people around him, and I'm really lucky to be led by this great example.
Also, it's a very huge example to all of us in the state of Kuwait. You already been honored with His Excellency the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Last time with the Ministry of Information.
Yes.
How was the honoring ceremony that time? You are sitting there with the Olympic Committee there, Youth Public Authority and Sport Public Authority all around you, and you've been honored in the state of Kuwait.
Yes, it's really great. All this kind of high rank leaders, they know all the small details about this kind of achievement. You feel like really honored, you know, because they are super busy. They have really plenty of things about the country to focus about. But when they know about your story and they discuss with you all this kind of small details, you feel like we are really lucky to be surrounded about our royal family, how they really care about their people. And this is what inspires us as youth to be hunger for more and more achievement. This is why we are unstoppable, because when you have this kind of support around you, you will feel like you are the best and you are the strongest people on this planet. So this is why Kuwaiti, they are always, like, you know, remarkable.
After this great achievement, I already get honored by the high rank people. What about your family reception when you came in the airport?
My mom and dad, my brothers. I cannot explain my feelings. You know, the most important things for me, being really super happy and proud, not about the achievement, about how I see the happiness in my dad and mom eyes, you know, when they go out in gathering, or when they go to the mosque, you know, when the people celebrate them and tell them congrats about what I have done. And when they came back, they tell me the stories. Oh, these people, they talk about that, they take pictures with me. So having my parents feeling really happy and proud, this is the most important things for me, to be honest, because this is what the small things I can get back, pay them back for the whole things what they have done.
So it's like an exclusive question. So you will change from Spartan to be mountain climber now? A mountaineer?
No. I am not a mountaineer. I don't like mountaineering, with all my respect for this sport. But, you know, I had a great message. And if I want to bring the attention to the martyrs and our veterans, you need to do something unacceptable. You know, you need to do something impossible to bring the attention. Especially I have done this by my own funding, by my own time. So I will never do anything kind of mountaineering anymore. I think I've done enough. I've reached the top. I think there is nothing more than reaching this kind of point without oxygen as an Arab, you know. There is no point to do more than that. I was in the top of the planet.
Yes.
And without oxygen, never ever happened before. So there is nothing above that.
And even it's only 30% when you climb there, the percentage of the oxygen, only 30%.
Exactly.
And with the whole and normal oxygen. When you've been to the Nepal, to our friendly country,
Yes.
Nepal, every journey give you something new.
It is.
About maybe personality, maybe skills, and you met new people.
Yes.
And you being gathered for 2 months for their tradition.
Yes.
How they are dedicated.
Yes.
What did you learn from Nepal? Like the people with the group with you that
To
time?
be honest, being humble. Nepalese people, they are really amazing, very welcoming, and they are super strong humans. They do unbelievable work, really hard workers, and they sacrifice their life. To be honest, for me, this achievement, it wasn't Yusuf Al-Shati, it was the Sherpa around me. Like, if I was missing one person of my team, I will never ever do this achievement, to be honest. So I'm really thankful for the Nepalese people.
Yeah, well, and on behalf of us, we'd like to thank them as well. I notice when you are climbing, the tools you are doing, it's very simple tools.
It is.
Nothing more, just like the sticks.
Yes.
And you're just wearing the suit, that's it. And even the shoes.
Yes.
There's nothing more.
To be honest, even I didn't use the stick. The main thing, as you mentioned, the boot with the crumbs, and this is the mountaineering life, you know. Mountaineering life is very, very simple life. It's teaching you how to be patient, it's teaching you how to be humble around you, because the Mother Nature and God, when you reach this kind of point and you see all this Mother Nature, you'll feel really weak. You'll feel as a human, to be honest, you are nothing comparing with this kind of mighty, you know, especially God. So I learned a lot from this journey, and I'm really lucky to have this kind of achievement.
And even that's why I am curious to ask you, see, it's like the huge of the mountain, and you are walking and you're just observing, I know.
It is.
When the time when you are walking there, what comes in your mind sometimes? I know like you're always focusing in your mission, but sometimes you're thinking about something else.
To be honest, I was thinking to make Kuwait proud, you know. I was thinking to make the Arab proud. Staying 2 months, spending from my health, from my time, from my money.
Your physique also.
Yeah, exactly. I was really thinking not to waste this. I wanted, when I come back, to make everyone around me and everyone know Yusuf Al-Shati to be proud, especially Kuwaitis and Arab, because mountaineering environment, it's really controlled by European and Canadian and Americans, and Arabs, they don't have this kind of big foot in this kind of environment.
And experience also.
Exactly. Because our environment not like them. European, they are lucky to have kind of similar of this. They are not better than us. They are only kind of lucky to have the same environment of Everest or other mountains. So I wanted to prove to the world that Arabs and the Kuwaiti military especially, we are strong as Kuwait militaries, Kuwait army. We have strong people. They can do achievement as any other heroes in the other planets.
So it likes when you have something in your mind, if you want to do it, you can do it.
It is.
What about the temperature here? Minus 20?
Yeah, but the thing is, to be honest, from Camp 1 to Camp 2, it's super hot. It's like in Kuwait here, 50 degrees. Like people, like you would love to take off your clothes, because it's exposed the area, and you know, because of the snow, the white, and the sun is very close. So the area from Camp 1 to Camp 2, it's like a hell.
Yeah, extremely hot.
Super hot. Yeah. But the extreme cold, it goes in Camp 3 and Camp 4, which is Camp 4, they call it the death zone, you know. It's above 8,000 meters. And in this area, it's minus 30, minus 35. Like whenever you sleep, in your sleep bag, you will wake up, it's full of ice, your sleep bag. This is how cold it is. So the kind of mix of experiences, it was really amazing.
The fine thing, like it's a very huge, big mountain, and the sun is very near you. So people don't know that this kind of temperature always changing there.
Many people, they get burned. They have really serious burn skin just because of the sun, not only because of the cold. So you need to be really careful down there. We was like having sunblock all day long just to protect our skin. It was super dangerous, but it was amazing, you know. And the most experience I really loved, and it was kind of crazy, in Camp 4. Normally in Camp 4, as a human, maximum you stay 20 hours. And I break the world record. I slept 2 nights in this death zone, which was like kind of a crazy experience. But you know, it was really amazing. It was really amazing.
We can say all the time, our guest, our hero, that good times run very fast. So, but before that, I want to ask you about your next step.
my next
yeah, what
challenge.
we're gonna be, yes.
I'm not sure. I was planning in October to swim from Kuwait to Bahrain, which will take me probably 15 days. So we can celebrate with them the National Day with our brothers in Bahrain. We will see. It depends on my health. I have some health issue right now after the summit. So we'll see. Hopefully, yes. And if it's not, I promise you I will raise the Kuwaiti flag in another achievement.
Thank you so much. We're sure get well soon, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much, brother. So our big thanks and appreciation to our guest, Naval Staff Colonel Engineer Yusuf Al-Shatti, the first Arab to climb the southern summit of Mount Everest without oxygen. And now we're gonna move on our next report. The year of 2023 marks the 5th anniversary, the new anniversary for the World Environment Day. So in Cote d'Ivoire, and the partnership with the Netherlands was choosing to host this year festivities over the past 5 decades. World Environment Day has become one of the largest global platforms for the environment awareness. Tens of millions of people are participating along with the governments, businesses, cities, and even the community organizations. So let's watch this following report together about the World Environment Day. Then we'll be right back again.
Plastic has become a big part of our lives. It's light, it's strong, and seems cheap. But it's wreaking havoc on our planet. Every year we produce 430 million metric tons of plastic, most of which becomes waste after just one use. We produce enough single-use plastic each year to fill over 21 million shipping containers. If they were stretched end to end, it would circle the Earth not once, not twice, but over 3 times. If business as usual continues, plastic production will triple by 2060. If business as usual continues, plastic could produce 19% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions by 2040, getting us further and further away from the goal of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees. This would be very bad news for people and the planet. So the question is, how can we address plastic pollution? In a recent report, UNEP lays out how we can reduce plastic pollution by up to 80% by 2040. The first step is to reduce how much plastic we use, period. We also need to deal with the immense legacy of plastic pollution. But more importantly, we need to transform the way we produce and consume the stuff. A life cycle approach can reduce virgin plastics, eliminate problematic and unnecessary plastics, minimize waste, and keep plastic in use for as long as possible. It can also create better jobs and business opportunities. 3 important shifts are required. 1, we need to scale reuse. This means creating a market for reusable products and making it more profitable than using single-use plastic products. 2, we need to make recycling plastics more profitable. Improving recycling can reduce plastic pollution by 20% by 2040. 3, we must find ways to make products that are less harmful to the environment. This includes finding materials to replace plastics and making sure they are better than plastics we use now. In 2022, world leaders agreed to end plastic pollution. With negotiations on the binding legal agreement still underway, the question is, how can we realize that goal? If we reduce, reuse, recycle, and reorient, we can significantly reduce plastic pollution by tackling its root cause, not just its effects. If we shift to a circular economy for plastics by 2040, we could save $4.5 trillion. We would also improve the livelihoods for millions of workers worldwide. The technology and solutions already exist. It's time to take action.
And we came back again, dear viewers, with our second interview segment with our special guest for today. Today is the world celebrate World Environment Day. Since 1974, it has been celebrated every year on June the 5th, with the goal of engaging environments, businesses, celebrities, and citizens to focus their efforts on pressing environmental issues. The healthier our ecosystem are, the healthier and safer the planet and its people will be. World Environment Day shines a global spotlight on the pressing environmental challenges of our time. This UN International Day has become the largest global platform for environmental communication, with millions of people from all over the world participating to protect the planet. To talk more about the most prominent challenges facing the environment and the importance of preserving it, we are so pleased to have with us today Dr. Mshari Al-Mtairi. He is an environmental consultant. So hello and good morning, Doctor.
Hello, good morning to you and good morning to everybody.
It's really a pleasure to have you with us in our show today.
Me too, thank you so much.
So today is the World Environment Day, June the 5th. So we would like to know why we have such a special day in each year.
Actually, as you just mentioned, this has been established in right now 50 years.
Yes.
Okay, so since 1973. So the main target for this day and why they are trying to promote to increase the awareness for the individual and to communities and to show what's the direct impact to the environment and how they can make for example to promote how make such protections for the environment to make it sustainable.
That is the importance of this day and how actually we can promote the awareness of such a day, Doctor.
Exactly.
So, Doctor, this year the world celebrates, as we say, the World Environment Day under the slogan, the importance of finding solution to plastic pollution. So, what is the importance of this issue, actually, Doctor, the plastic, and how actually we can defeat such issue?
Actually, to make honest with you, I think this day it's one of the best day to promote about the direct impact of the plastic. And you know, before 10 years back, the people they are trying to adopt the 3R. The 3R, that means reuse, reduce, recycle. And right now it's become 4R even, which is the rethink. Okay, so this kind of the awareness, how we can promote people and how we can avoid the one use time, like for example the plastic or the spoons, sometimes the plastic bag. We are trying, for example, the Environmental Public Authority KIBA, they are trying to promote this kind of the plastic of biodegradable bags instead of the normal bag that we are using on a daily basis.
Yes.
Okay, so these kind of things, I think the Environmental Day, it's the best opportunities to go to the communities and trying to promote these kind of things and to show what the direct impact about the plastic. And you know, for example, the plastic cannot be biodegradable for 100 years.
Yes.
So this is the best day to promote the direct impact and the consequence about using such kind of these plastics.
It's really great to have such a solution right now to replace plastics with another, let's say, materials. So what is the dangers, actually, Doctor, of the plastic or the plastic pollution on the environment?
Actually, the plastic is not easy to be biodegradable. You know, it's made of the hydrocarbon, which is made from high molecular weight of the hydrocarbon. That means it's not easy to be biodegradable.
Yes.
So you can, whatever you have, it will stick in the environment for minimum 100 years.
Yes.
So right now, I noticed that, especially in Europe, for example, they are trying to use this kind of plastic as raw materials.
Okay.
They're using for a couple of brands, they are using for example, for shoes, for t-shirts, for a couple of material as recycled. And even they promote the prices. And one of the main targets by using these kind of material, they will reduce the carbon footprint.
Yes, it's for sure. It's really dangerous to use plastic day by day and for many, let's say, many fields, let's say. So, Doctor, in your opinion, what is the most environmental challenges we are facing, especially in this era nowadays? We notice that global warming is really changing in the past, let's say, 5 years, especially here in Kuwait.
Exactly. You know, we have actually a couple of things like the climate change, as you just mentioned, the global warmings, and right now the temperature has been raised up to 2 Celsius.
Okay.
That's what they are expecting the next 50 years. So right now, all of these, they have such direct impact about the environment. And for example, we have various pollution which could be affected, like even the wastewater, for example. And you know, for here, especially in Kuwait, we have the wastewater treatment plant, and 50% of the rejected water has been dumped into the Kuwait Bay. And we have illegal pipe connections. I'm not quite sure what that means. Some household, they connect their wastewater or the drainage wastewater to the manhole, which is supposed for the rainfall.
Yes.
So this is, they call it as the illegal pipe connection. And we have like we have also the contamination or the soil contamination. And you know that especially here in Kuwait, the Kuwait environment suffer significant damage result from Iraq invasion like since 1990.
Yes.
And until now we are suffering from this contamination which reach to the groundwater.
Wow.
Yeah.
To reach the groundwater
Yes,
nowadays.
yes,
Wow.
that's what's mentioned by Kisa.
That's really, let's say, shocking news, doctor. So what is, let's say we have like technical and industrial actually developments for sure. Day by day we are developing in this two, let's say, fields, these two, industrial and actually the technical development. So how actually we can preserve our environment with the development of these two?
First of all, we need to make sure that, and we need to know that there is a direct impact between like the industrial and the environment. Okay, so I think we have to adopt the eco-friendly technologies. And especially right now, there are a couple of sectors they are adopting the R&D, which is research and development. And the main target for R&D, they are trying to promote about what's the eco-friendly technologies which can be adopted. It give you like a high efficiency, and at the same time it will reduce the impact which could be generated from using like the normal technologies. So to using such kind of technology, by using like the eco-friendly technology, we need to support from like the governmental policies to support these kind of technologies. And once we are trying to adopt this kind of technology, like the carbon which is generated like from these kind of the machines or the carbon fingerprint could be reduced in the future, inshallah.
Inshallah. So doctor, how now we can actually promote and increase the awareness for all the society, especially for the kids nowadays?
Actually, I think this responsible should be came from the individual. It should came from like the communities, and we need to support the governmental plan as well. So all these things should be supported, and by this we will understand what's the impact to the environment. We will understand how we can promote and how we can protect our environment in the futures. So all of these things cannot be achieved without belief. So we need to believe what's the impact and what's the direct impact to the environment and how we can support the governmental policies.
Exactly, and we have to actually increase the awareness among the schools as well. We can see, we've talked, me and my colleague Aziz, in the introduction about now we are the summer season, and a lot of people are going to beaches, and especially for kids, they're actually throwing the plastic, as you mentioned. It's really, let's say, a danger to our environment and danger for the ocean, especially for the bottom of the ocean. So, so doctor, now we are actually, we have that really hot weather, and also we have that dusty weather is really increasing. Especially now we can see in the news, Egypt, they have really dusty storms, not right now, not even in the Gulf. So what is the reason behind that, doctor?
Actually, as we just mentioned, from actually the United Nations before 1991, they started, at that time, they started about promoting that the temperature can be raised up, and they are expecting as well within the next 50 years, the temperature will be increased to 1 Celsius. That means the level of the water, especially in the Egypt, will be raised up around 1% to 2%. That means many bad consequences, to be honest, will be happening. So right now, a lot of penalties have been started for a lot of companies, for a lot of factories, where they are trying to using like the carbon or using the fuel to generate, and therefore most of those companies, they started to use the renewable energies. Okay, like the solars, and even for the solar is considered right now as an old school.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a lot of technologies is coming by. There is a lot of technology they started to work in, like for example the hydrogens. You know, for example in Saudi, for example, and in UAE and in Oman and in Bahrain, they started to generate like the hydrogen, and this hydrogen they transferred it to ammonia and they send it to Japan.
Okay.
Okay, I know the cost is high, but we are talking about the long run.
Exactly.
So right now we are not, actually we need to have like long visions to understand what's the impact and how we will be like following the futures, and to understand the impact about not even like the environment, even for the economic as well.
For them as well. So, Doctor, let's talk about who are the most affected by the environment or the global changing. Are they like the human being, the ocean, the air, or the planet, the whole planet, let's say?
Actually, you cannot judge it. For example, you cannot say this can be worse than the other. No. Actually, we need to understand what's the impact and what's the direct impact, what's the indirect impact.
Yes.
Okay, so for example, the ocean, for example, once we have like the ocean, you cannot imagine how the ocean is absorb the carbon dioxide.
Yes.
It's absorbed like high concentration of the carbon dioxide. So, and also that means the oxygen will be reduced at this time. And once the oxygen is reduced, there is a lot of consequence will be happening, especially for like the ecosystem, which is in the eco-marine system. So, and this is one way. And especially if you are talking about like in the desert phase, for example, right now, if you notice in June, we started to have some rain.
Yes.
This has not been happening before. So in part, we consider this one, which is good, but in other way, this will be affected to the others. So we have, and this is why, especially in this year's, you know,
Yes.
For the Environmental Day, they name it, the title for the exhibitions, they name it, "We have only one countries."
Okay.
Okay, so that means whole countries, we have only one country, and this country need to be sustained and need to be protected and need to be understand what's the direct impact on those by rising up the high awareness to the communities.
That's really great. May Allah protect our planet from like, let's say, the environment and the global warming, and we actually pray for not being worse than that and not hotter than that here. Thank you, Doctor, for being here with us today, and thank you for our generous information.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Big thanks and appreciation to our dear guest, Dr. Mshar Al-Mtairi. He's an environmental consultant. Don't go away, dear viewers. Let's have this tiny little break and then we'll move on.
Dear viewers, we reached the end for our episode for today. Hope you enjoyed our segment. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.